Hi, my name's David Mitchell. I'm the administrator of Iowa's Vocational Rehabilitation Program. I'm also the chair of the Iowa Employment First State Leadership Team. We've received great assistance through the Office of Disability and Employment Policy with their Department of Labor Employment First initiative. In fact, Iowa has been a grant recipient for the past 4.5 years. We've received technical assistance to support employment and meeting the needs of Iowa businesses. This team is made up of a group of individuals and programs from across public and private agencies that work together to support all Iowans in their employment journey. We have a belief that all Iowans can work with the right services and the right supports.
Employment First, I think, has been amazing for Iowa. We saw a lot of individuals who may have not been given the opportunity to work, now given that opportunity to explore options out in the community.
Discovery and customized employment always leads to employment. It's not looking at somebody's deficits. It's really looking at what does this person contribute, what are their conditions for employment. It's supporting people to have a life, to get a career, to live a life out of poverty, and we have to be creative in supporting all people in doing that. All people are employable, and we're all charged with that mission.
The following video will hopefully show a highlight of a couple of those strategies that we've been implementing across the state, as well as serve as an example of one of our Iowa community providers. This is Progress Industries, which is a private nonprofit rehabilitation facility based in Newton, Iowa, which is in Jasper County. They've also expanded their employment efforts and programs to include several central Iowa counties. Their service delivery is an example of what's occurring across the state of Iowa as providers transform to meet the needs of Iowans.
Progress Industries has been amazing in Story County. They really do embrace the customized employment, the employment first, discovery. They really take the time to get to know each individual to make sure that a business is going to work for them and the individual's happy.
Progress Industries was founded in 1979. We started out as a sheltered workshop. We provide residential services, community employment services, and at one time a sheltered workshop and rehabilitation services. We have about 285 employees between the 3 counties, and we serve about 350 individuals.
People were having success in living and working in their community, and that's our mission, and that's what we want to help people do.
The pride and accomplishment that they felt, we knew we were on the right path.
Many times it might start out with discovery or a job shadow. We had one individual that, as part of his job shadowing, he went out to the co-op because he wanted to work with his hands. And as he absolutely loved it. And as that happened, then the employer became interested, and through that we were able to customize an actual job for him, and he's still working there today.
The first time I came here, and he also asked me if I wanted to push a button to help out, so I did, and just to see what it's like. So that's what I love about it out here, people, friends, and good time.
Many times then the employer can see the skills and not the disability, and they end up hiring them.
Talked to the owner, and he seemed interested, and so we gave him our card, and then a couple months later we got a contact back that he was interested in hiring Kim. And Kim's a wonderful success story because he had been in our workshop for about 25 years, and that was his job. And so many people thought, as the workshop was transitioning to closing, that Kim would be a very difficult placement to make. And so it was a wonderful transition from a workshop to community competitive employment. And one of the neatest aspects of it was that we closed the workshop on a Friday, and the job developed in such a way that the very next Monday, Kim began his new job here at True Value.
Well, I'm like mopping and brooming and stuff and sweeping.
We go through the whole process from them having no job and no work experience all the way to them becoming experienced, valued, important parts of the employment team. We have a person first philosophy here, and that we believe that they are employable and can succeed. They start to get paychecks. They realize they're a contributing member of society, and their head's held up a little higher. They got a bigger smile on their face, and they're feeling good about themselves. And that's why I say we change lives in what we do. I mean, that is incredibly gratifying for us as job developers here in supported employment. We've got over 50 people that are employed just in the Newton area who are successful at their jobs. Their employers appreciate them, and they expect to continue a long-term employment relationship with them.
Well, I tell you what, some of the Progress Industries employees and participants are some of the best employees that we have. They're very valued to us, and yeah, it is good. Bottom line, it's hard to find good people.
Working with Doug and PI, they're able to say, okay, these people, we've worked with them before. We know what they're going to do. And so they bring in the talent. So it's actually a great partnership in that we were able to lean on them heavily for finding the right labor and help that transition so that we can have a period of time where we get to know each other and lay down some expectations and some boundaries.
It's kind of neat seeing his operation, how it runs.
I've told Doug from the get-go that I've always wanted to work on farm.
Yeah.
Always. And he said, well, let me see what I can do. So he's done
And
this.
sometimes because of whether it's their background or their disabilities or whatever it may be, they will get overlooked by most employers. It actually worked out pretty
I
amazing.
mean, if it's not a win-win, then something hasn't worked the way it should have. Because we want everybody at the end of the day to feel like that this has been success for every party involved. It's a win-win. I mean, it's really great when both sides win. The employee wins, the employer wins. And so everybody leaves happy.
It's a win-win situation for me because I can still see my friends, my other friends, but on top of that, I got new friends here.
It's a win-win situation really for Progress Industries and Park Center.
With the guys that we've got and their individual backgrounds, I think that we can really help them as they help us. So it's like he said, it's a win-win.